So I was just thinking about how you have to focus on what you want instead of what you don't want. Because I know that for me, when um, there's something that I want to achieve, or when I'm thinking about certain situations, when I'm thinking about how I want those situations to go, I tend to um, really focus on what I don't want to happen. Like Sam meeting some new person, and I think, well, I don't want to act weird, and I don't want to come across this way or this way or this way. And what I've realized is that by focusing on what I don't want, I'm actually attracting and I'm actually manifesting that reality of those behaviors by thinking in that way. And so, um, uh, so you have to focus on what you do want to happen. It's vital, and you have to make that distinction between, okay, this, because I mean, technically, those things like I don't want to act weird, technically, that is not acting weird is something that I do want. But you have to make that clear distinction. You have to recognize that when I think I don't want to be weird, what I'm focusing on is weird. And so that's what occurs. But if I think to myself, I'm meeting this new person, I want to come across as mature, and I want to come across as friendly. So that's what I need to be focusing on. I need to be focusing on these positive traits instead of these negative ones. And it can be hard because when it's an anxiety provoking thing, whatever that situation may be for you, it's most likely your tendency is going to be to focus on those bad things because you're going off of your experience. And you look back on your past experiences, how it went, and you think, well, it went this way, and I didn't like these things, and so I don't want those things to happen, those things that happened last time. But you have to be focusing on what you do want, the positive things. And focusing on the positive, that's something to be done at all times in all situations. But particularly when you are about to face some anxiety provoking situation, focus on what you do want, because by thinking about it and by focusing on it, you attract it to yourself. That's just the way things work. And the more you do that, the more you pay attention to that truth, the more you'll see that that is in fact true. And it's really remarkable, and tons of people have written and talked about this force called the law of attraction, and it's worth reading about, and it's worth learning about, because it empowers you to take more control of your life, and because you are the author of your life, and the extent, I mean, you are always in 100% control, but depending on your level of awareness of how much control you have, which is 100% ultimately, that's what kind of varies and changes how much you see when you have a desire and it becomes your reality. I think people are doing this all the time, and they don't realize that they're just not, it's just a perspective, that's all it is. They're not looking from this perspective that they actually created this for them in their life. it didn't just come to them. And so to think in this way, it is just a perspective, but it's an empowering one. And I suggest doing some, if you haven't, just Google law of attraction, and you'll find tons of information. The most popular law of attraction media that's come out that I know of is called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, I believe. There was a movie that Oprah endorsed it, and a book too. But anyways, yeah.